Hello, and thanks for joining the session. Today we're going to be looking at continuing to add OAuth functionality to the Astrocasts site. Right now we're working on adding user-level Twitch OAuth authentication. Before we signed up on the last session, we tried to do some things kind of mimicking what we were doing at the app level. We added a command to connect the Twitch at the, let's see here, at Twitch. I thought we added a command to do that. Oh, okay. Well, I thought we tried to create a console command to sort of mimic the process of asking for a user to sign up. And we kind of got stuck at the end, just right at the very end. So today I think what we're going to do is try to do this the right way. And the right way in this case is going to be trying to find some sort of way for a user as themselves to connect. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Settings. And so, I'll open up a new browser. There we go. So Settings, redirect to Profile. And right now this only has the ability to change the time zone. So what I want to do is sort of fill out this bit here. And to do that, it's going to require some change to the template. So this is going to be a little bit of busy work before we actually get back to OAuth. So what I want to do is see what we can do with some templates. So we have Settings, and then we have Profiles. What I think we want to do here is have Profile actually extend the settings base, which doesn't exist yet. So it's going to give us a problem. It's going to give us an error. So I'm going to go ahead and create that file now. So we'll do base HTML twig. And this file now is going to extend the proper base HTML. And this will make sure that we can inherit most of the shell. What things are going to be a little different, I think, is I'm going to change us using body to using some other name. I'm not sure what that's going to be yet. Let's maybe do settings body. Let's see what happens there. If we reload this page, nothing should happen. Oh, looks like I got wrong. Let's see, profile. I did this in the wrong spot. All right, so let's copy this now into here. So we have profile, Astrocast settings, and we'll say, so the Astrocast profile settings. All right, so because of the changes we've made here, we should not see anything anymore. And that's okay. What we're going to do now is implement body. We're going to implement body in the settings base. Block body and block. And here we're going to use the new block we created. So we'll do body settings. And again, there might be better ways to do this, but that's just the way I'm going to get started. This should get us back to where we started, except maybe the container will look a little different. No, still not. Block body, settings body. Aha! Now we can see sort of what we expected. And if we want to get the same look and feel, we can create a nice little container here. I think we'll be more or less back to where we started, with the exception now that we have a common place to put the setting, actual navigation. So what I'm going to do now is create a new little place to contain sort of like a sub-navigation sort of thing. So we'll do div, we'll do flex, because I'm all about the flex box these days. This will be where the menu goes, and this is going to be where the settings body goes. Okay, so now we have menu and we have profile settings. A couple of other things changed here, but I think that's going to be fine. So let's go ahead and start building out sort of what we want this menu to look like. I think I'm going to mimic more or less what we have on GitHub. So if I look at my, that's actually not right, settings. I kind of want this same sort of broken out look and feel. So I'm going to create just the actual text that I want. So we'll do count, and then maybe UL, we'll do profile, and connections. So this is where we're going to put our OAuth stuff, email, and notifications, and I think we'll start there. And then we're going to have another list that we're going to set up for something else along the way. So in theory, it's going to look exactly the same as what we have up here. So let's go ahead and reload. All right, so we're going to use our list reset here. So things start to look a little more normal. Let's do order, no, we'll do rounded, small, and let's do shadow, and let's see. There we go, so there's a little bit there. For count, let's give this background. Let's do VG gray, light. Okay, and here let's do large, and let's do overflow hidden. And what that will do is give us that nice little look and feel there. And then let's do some padding. So let's do padding Y, let's do 4, let's do 8, let's see what that looks like. That's not what I wanted actually. I want that actually in here. Alright, so that's a little too much. PY2, PX4, let's try that. Okay, cool. And then for these, I'm actually going to make these be links. Route. It's getting annoyed here. Cool. Alright, so we have a little tiny bit of navigation here. Again, it's not super... It's not doing a whole lot, but I think it's going to be good. So we'll do M4 to give us a little bit of padding. And then for each of these, then we can do whatever we want to. We can actually say PY2. Didn't actually do anything. Class PY2. Well, it will eventually do that for us. So let's go ahead and leave this for now. So I don't want to get too caught up in design stuff at this point. So the next thing we're going to want to do is add a connections page. Let's go and look at our current controller and see how we have that broken out. So we have controller, we have a settings controller. It's possible we want to be a little more specific than this, but at least for now, let's go ahead and just leave it in here. So let's copy this. So it's going to be more or less the same thing, at least. At least the most basic part of it will be. Settings, let's call this connections. Settings.connections. And then we'll do the same thing for the profile down here. So we'll do settings, copy that. Let's say your connections. And we don't actually have anything to show just yet, so we'll just leave it like that. And let's see what looks like something went wrong. Cannot redeclare profile. Got to give it a different name. Profile, call it connections. There we go. And then we can go back to our template now, the settings base, and we may make connections via link. There we go. Alright, so now we click here. Great. Now we get connections page. So we're going to start out with Twitch first, because that's the one that we've been working on. We double check to make sure that's true. So we have Twitch, we have app level. I feel like I'm missing something here. It's possible. Alright, I need to actually get these changes now into the right branch. I was working on master accidentally. This is something I haven't actually done a lot of in the past, so let's see here. Make sure my tags are sticky. And they aren't. So we'll do web development. Software development. Looks like Beryllium is in chat and says there's a little bit of a reverb on the mic. Is it, or a little bit of echo? Is it not listenable? Oh, I see what's going on. Let me see if I can turn this off real quick. There we go. Let me know how that sounds, Kevin. Hopefully that is a little better than it was before. And hopefully now we have the right channels or the right tags listed on the project. Let me go see if I can find them. Let's see, add filter, web development. Let's see, oh, do I see me? I don't. For the life of me, I cannot figure out how this is supposed to work. See that now they're actually stuck there. Let's see. OAuth. Oh, there we are. Cool. So it looks like it's there now, which is good. All right. And we fixed the audio, so it won't be annoying people. Okay, so let's see. Where were we? Oh, yeah. I'm trying to fix the fact that I have stuff in the wrong spot. Source and templates. I don't want to do that. Let's do git stash. Check out. Okay, cool. So now we should be back to where we were before. And this might actually make the bin console show the command I was missing earlier. Let's see, we have app, Twitch, connect user. So we have connect app and connect user, and this sort of tries to fake the flow for auth, but we're not actually going to worry about that right now. We don't need to do that anymore because we're going to try to build the actual application now. So we'll go back to connections. Let's see here. So let's do a list. And let's do justify center. I'm going to go find our Twitch SVG. There we go. So we're going to do that here. We're not going to use this ID. And just see how this goes at first. Oh, let's quote it string. There we go. Okay, cool. So we got the logo. Let's reset. I don't know why it's that far over, but I'm just going to leave it for now. We'll do Twitch. And then just so that we can see what it looks like, we'll put a button here. PG. So since I don't actually exist yet, or don't have a user, I'm just going to leave myself here. Let's do darker, darkest. All right. There we go. That's what I wanted earlier. Okay, so what we need to do here is when I click this button, we need to redirect to the URL for connecting to Twitch. So we are going to use this just to sort of see what that's going to look like. Console. All right, so to finish connecting to the app, we need to click this URL. So we need to do this same behavior, but we need to do it for Twitch. So let's go ahead and look at that command. Twitch connect user. So what we need is the Twitch API factory, and we can ask it to build, and then we just get the authentication URL. So let's copy this. We're going to do this in the same settings controller. So I think I'm going to restrict connections to methods get. And then I'm going to use the same function. I'm going to use the same path to get the URL. So public function do connection redirect. paste this here just for now, because we're going to need that later. I'm going to do Twitch. I'm going to make it be specific for this. We'll do connect to Twitch. Make this be for post. So we're going to get the Twitch API factory here. So that's going to be the user level Twitch API factory. And then we can ask it for the get authentication URL. Direct response. The URL will be Twitch API get authentication URL. Okay, cool. So now what we can do is create a form that posts to here. So that button that we had before that wasn't really doing anything can actually be wrapped in a form. Method equals post, action equals path. There we go. And the end result of clicking this button now should be to redirect me to Twitch. So connect. All right, you're about to leave Twitch. I'm going to continue. And something went wrong, missing code. All right, so redirect mismatch. This is the thing that I think we got stuck on before. So let's go back to dev.twitch. I need to look at my app, and I need to add a URL that will allow this. So we have Twitch app redirect for local. Okay, so I think I am actually going to have to create a separate app. So I was going to see if I could use this same one, but I'm actually okay with that. So let's copy this for now, and then let's rename these. So we're going to name this Astrocasts app. All right, well, I'll do backend. Save. I'm going to do the same thing for this one. Astrocast backend. So this is the app that's going to be for the backend application. I'm going to create a new app now. We'll call this one just Astrocasts local. And the redirect now is something we haven't set up yet. Or actually I think we have. So we're going to set this up to Twitch OAuth user redirect. Category is website integration. All right, cool. So now we can go into this application. This is going to be the one that our users are going to connect to. Go to here, Astrocast Twitch. There's the client ID. Okay, so Twitch user client ID. And then we're going to get the secret. Client secret. How do I see it? Sure you want to generate a new secret? No, but let's do it. All right. I don't think I ever got to see the original secret the first time either, so I guess that's just the way it goes. All right, so I think this should work. Yeah, because it actually redirected me to app. I wonder then. Something should be generating that. So I think I need to double check that. So we have user, Twitch config. Here we go. Build. So it is generating the OAuth user redirection. So maybe it's okay. Let's go back. Click the connect button again. Okay, so it's gotten further, which is awesome. This will allow Astrocasts to view your channel's email address and stream key. Don't know if I actually need that much info. All right, cool. So it did a redirect. It gave us a code. So let's see now. Oh, so the SQL error is null value in column display name. Okay. All right, so this is good because we weren't really sure, I think, what was going on in here. So let's go to Twitch controller. There we go. All right, so when we handled the user redirect, set refresh token. So we're going to user OAuth credentials. So I think we added some things here that are going to be problematic. So if we look at user OAuth credentials, we have display name and remote ID. It's possible we aren't going to be able to do anything with those. Let's double check here. So let's see what we actually get back from access credentials. Let's see if we can do get user details. That's get authenticated user. Let's return this information. Return remote ID and display name. I don't like doing this much information in this controller here. Get authenticated user. So we need to have the access token at this point. We have user, so we need to use it. So we have user get access, no. So try with refresh uses OAuth credentials. That's what we need to do. So we're actually passing that into the callback. I think I actually remember right now that I had explicitly decided not to capture that. So we're going to get user OAuth credentials instance, and we'll do user OAuth credentials. We're not going to use user. That was kind of not required in any way. All right, so we can do Twitch API. Oh, now we can use user OAuth credentials, get access token. Okay, so that should hopefully get us information. This should get us the remote ID and display name. So let's see if we can do that now. So we have token storage, let's do dollar user details, user Twitch API, get user details for user. I guess I need to do that after I have the user. Okay. Wow, this is circular. We don't have this information until now. I think what I need to do is be kind of hacky. Because we need to be able to get these user details with the access token, but we can't rely on user OAuth credentials existing because it doesn't happen until afterwards. So what I'm going to do is pass in the access token to get user details. I'm going to make this optional. So if I go into here, we'll do string access token equals null. We're going to use it, use access token, and then we will either use access token or user OAuth credentials. I don't think this is going to work though. Well, maybe it will, because these will be null if the user hasn't been created yet. So I think as long as we always use the passed in access token, if it was passed, then I think this code will work. So let's see what happens if we try it. If I reload this, it should fail because we've already consumed the auth code. So we're going to go back to here. I'm going to click connect. Find for Twitch must be an instance of null returned. Was that up here? Find for Twitch, yeah. What exception do we get? I don't really like this, but all right, let's try one more time. All right, so this isn't even failing here. This is actually failing in the function itself, so I just need to loosen the restrictions here to potentially return null. Let's see if we can still do that. All right, closer must be an instance of that, null given. All right, so we need to update this function to take an optional user OAuth credentials. Undefined index ID. Okay, so we're at least getting in here, which is awesome. We weren't really sure what data we get back from this, so let's just dump the info. Unauthorized. What? Missing required OAuth scope. All right, so let's go look to see which scope we need. Users, get user. We have user read. This URL uses user. See, it had a scope. Required scope was user read. Oh, do we have channel read? I bet that's what happened. Twitch config. No, Twitch factory. Channel read, yeah. Let's get user read. I thought something seemed strange the way it was asking for channel privileges. Let's see, it should ask us for different things. View your email address. Okay, cool. Let's see what this does now. All right, so we do get the top level key and display name. So those were the things that we actually wanted. Okay. Let's go back to our controller. So this should work the way we want. User OAuth credentials, set remote ID, details remote ID. Go, and then set display name. All right, so now we should be able to collect all the information we need. If we go back here, yeah, so this should all work. Let me reformat this so it's not quite as bad. There we go. I actually don't like this formatting any better, but we'll just leave it for now. All right, so now connect, undefined index status. Okay. All right, so we need this to be a little more specific. So if the status key exists and the status is not equal to 401, then do something different. Why not null coalesce? Because what's going on here is not right. Every once in a while I find myself in the situation that I'm doing some really strange things where I'd be better off thinking about it for a bit to figure out exactly what we need to do. The problem is that the underlying assumption with this callback is that it was expected to return a raw call from the Twitch API. And honestly, that might be the better thing for me to do at this point. What I'm doing now is formatting the data. And because I'm formatting the data, I'm not doing what the API would have done, which would have been to do set status 200 or whatever. So what I'm really looking for here is, why did I just do that? If the array key status doesn't exist, or if it does exist and is not equal to 401, then we can return. So I know that Twitch API status will give me 401 if I have the wrong or an invalid expired OAuth token. So in this case, what I need to do is refresh the token and try everything over again. So yeah, I think if I reload now, it should work. But if I were just to do, what is it? If, no, it's not that one. It was the one above. There's two that look almost identical here. If I were to do if RV status 401, I don't know if that would work. Well, I guess I could do 0 or something. So I suppose I could probably do that. If that was your suggestion, then I guess this works. Yeah, or I could do null. So yeah, I'll try it like that and see if that works. But I don't know if I don't know what it's, well, I'll do it like this. So let's see if this works now. Okay, actually this is good because we don't actually do anything. Yeah, be safe, use parentheses. That's generally my assumption as well. I know that one of the PHP sadness things is not being able to know where the precedence is, but I just always be explicit, then it doesn't matter. So let's see. Cool, so we actually have my Twitch user ID, my Twitch display name, and I have all of the same information that we have for the app level stuff, but I have it for a specific user. So now I can start doing some interesting things like changing this connect button to disconnect. And also potentially showing the connected user information that exists. So let's see, I don't know if I, user OAuth, I don't remember if I actually connected this to a user. I think I did. So let's go back to user entity. And see what we have. So we do have OAuth credentials mapped by user. Oh, excuse me. So we have get user OAuth No, we don't have that yet. Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is get OAuth credentials, and I'm going to return a map. So return user OAuth credentials, map with keys, user OAuth credentials. And we're going to return a map based on the type. So we'll do user OAuth credentials, get type, and then user OAuth credentials, so that we can make it easier in our view. Let's see here, that's not what I needed to do there. All right, so let's go back to our settings controller. All right, render view. Let's get our token storage, and we're going to get our user out of it. And we'll do tokens, get to OAuth credentials. There we go. Let's see if this, cool. All right, so now what we're going to do is see if we can update this template just a bit. So if OAuth credentials dot Twitch is defined, just to see if that's working. Cool. All right, so I can do display name. Cool. So now it knows my display name, and then I can do this a little different. So I'm going to use the same thing here. So if it is defined, I want to do something else. Cool. So now I can do a disconnect button. So let's do same sort of deal. All right, so that's going to give me an error because it doesn't have that URL. So let's rename this post connections Twitch dot disconnect, and we'll do disconnect. We're not going to do anything with that. Instead, we're going to get our I'm not going to do this right now, actually. Cannot redeclare, right? Do Twitch connection disconnect. Okay, cool. So now we have the disconnect button. So I just need to figure out how to actually remove this. So I think what I want to do, say find free YouTube. Let's do remove for Twitch. If not this Twitch. So we don't have to do anything at all if they aren't connected. Otherwise, object manager. We don't have an object manager. Figures. We can do get entity manager, remove OAuth credentials, Twitch. All right. Unhandled. I don't remember. Is remove. I think I still need to do add or before transaction commit. Okay. So we do need to flush. Well, not doing. I guess I am doing persisting here. Flush. Okay, and then we go back to our controller. We can get our user OAuth credential repository, and we can get our token storage. And our user. This. No. Remove for Twitch user. And then response. See here. Actually, I'm going to. Am I using? Yeah, abstract controller. Redirect to route, and we'll do settings.connections. I'm actually going to do this in the other place as well, so we can go back and forth with this. So let's go to the Twitch controller. This is the one that we want. So for user redirect, we want to redirect them to settings.connections. All right, so if this all works, in theory, I should click disconnect, and it should take me back to the connect option. Yep, I did. And let's see if I can check my database. It's gone, great. I'm gonna connect again, and it says I'm connected. Cool. All right, so I think I'm gonna just call this a win. I know there's about 5 minutes left, but I think that this took a little longer than I thought it would, but I think it's good. So what we're gonna do on the next session, which I think is tomorrow, we're gonna do the same thing for YouTube. And the end goal is that I want to be able to connect users to the Twitch account so that we can start doing some fun stuff with users being logged in to either Twitch or YouTube, and make it so that the live control panel that I'm looking at actually shows all of the information from the different sources, and actually gets notifies people, or notifies the app that, hey, if someone is talking and they're a user, then I can actually list them as a user who watched that episode live. So I kind of want to do some more things on the actual sessions themselves, so that we can have something. Well, that's just annoying. But I want to make it so that the sessions themselves can have a little more interesting things on them, to show like which users have actually logged in and watched specific episodes, who was actually there live. I want to be able to, on like a settings page for a specific user, I want them to be able to look and see which episodes did I watch in person when they were live, that sort of thing. So that's kind of the goal that I'm having with this OAuth stuff. Let me see if I can get the calendar. Awesome. All right, so this is a little more kind of what we were looking for. So this page, for example, if I log in or if Kevin logs in and he is previously registered, I want it to be able to show up on his account that he watched this one live. And if he watched it on Twitch directly and didn't actually come to the site at all, I should still be able to say, hey, you know what? He's Beryllium9 on Twitch. So I know that Beryllium9 chatted in chat, so I can still mark him as having watched it because he's a user on my site. So thanks for joining. Chat, Beryllium. Right now in chat he's saying, it's nice to see it in action. I haven't done much OAuth work. Yeah, the OAuth stuff, I'm kind of putting myself through the ringer on this one by working with, well, we've only worked with 2 different OAuth implementations right now. We're connecting to both Twitch and YouTube so far, and both have been completely different, but very similar in weird ways. So it's been an experience to be able to do that. The app level stuff, just as a refresher for people who maybe didn't come in on those, are what allow me to have the site itself update Twitch. So if I go to, let's go to homepage. If I go to Twitch and if I go to YouTube, the title of the current episode should be posted there. And it's doing that by way of the OAuth connection at the app level. So we can see here, there's a live now session adding OAuth Astrocast session 9. And if we go to Twitch, that should be, well, there's an ad. But if we look down here, we can see that the session came up correctly. So we're able to do some things now to the service is able to do things on behalf of me to keep things sort of updated and everything. And I'm going to be using that connection actually to get these chat things. So I'm going to actually be connecting to Twitch's chat server using my OAuth credentials at the app level to look at all of the chat, and as it sees it, it's going to send it back to the site itself. Likewise, using my YouTube connection that we're using to set the title, it's going to be looking at the live stream that is associated, or the live chat that is associated with the live broadcast, and getting the information that way as well. So it is a whole lot of different types of connections, and it's been quite interesting to play with that. So anyway, thanks again, and looking forward to seeing you all again tomorrow. There might also be an Astrocast After Dark session tonight, where I'm going to start looking at building that bot using React PHP. Thanks again.